It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. We've now found out that our best girl here in WA, Sam Kerr, spent the night in the lockup. The night of the altercation with the, what was it? Stupid white bastard.
Yes, you would have
Depending on
thought.
who you listen to.
I prefer bastard.
Yeah.
It's amazing someone of her profile was able to have that.
Yeah, it's happened
Not
more than a
out in the
year
media
ago and it
for
didn't
over a
come
year.
out. Yeah.
Well, what's amazing, though, is when this whole thing started, we were like, oh, okay, imagine when you've had a skinful, right? And she had, because she'd thrown up in the cab, and you don't remember what you'd said the night before. So that's where I thought, okay, she might not even have remembered.
No, that's right.
What happened? You remember spending the night in a locker.
Because you wake up there.
I don't think there's an excuse for you not to have told the people.
There's no excuse
at
there.
your football place.
You got to get that one out, particularly if you're the Matildas captain. And I can't
Do
defend
you
her.
think they're going to strip her of the captaincy over this?
Oh God, you got to be close now.
Yeah.
You got to be
Really?
close because
Really?
you got a lot of sponsors. And the
Yeah.
first thing we never mentioned this before. When stuff goes down, when in my time in footy,
Yes.
they have to get on the front foot. Not
Yeah.
only so they have the conversations, then they go, we got to ring Woodside, for example,
Yes.
or Hungry Jacks
Yes.
for the West Coast Eagles. We got to explain to them because
Yes.
they're our key stakeholders. So
okay, so
Yeah.
but put it in the mix as well. Sam Kerr is Sam Kerr.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So she is a worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, apart from the cop who's saying, you know, this upset me, it was a victimless crime, really. I mean, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it
I
really
agree.
was.
I
It wasn't
agree,
like
mate.
she went out
Yeah.
and hurt anyone or
No,
anything like that. So in
that's
the
right.
mix, it just sort of feels like just Australian larrikinism, to be honest, and the English not understanding it. But I wonder, I mean, I've never spent a night in the lockup.
No, neither.
I
Sean?
know.
No.
Yes.
A lot of my mates have over time.
I would just like to know.
What do you mates say?
Because I mean, for me, straight away, I think that would be really scary. Because like, who else is
Are you
in
drunk,
there
you
with
don't care?
you? And yeah, I suppose you are drunk.
I mean,
you
if,
don't care, unless
if
you're
that's
not
what you've
drunk.
been locked up for, yeah.
Yeah, but I've just never. I wonder what the reviews are like. I wonder if because there's no like, you know. There's
I wouldn't
no,
think it's greatly
Do you get any
luxurious.
But there might be
Yeah,
like,
they give you food, I would think.
who knows? Someone might have had a bit of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tray
they
of sandwiches.
Give you a drink. And particularly, I mean, obviously here in Australia, in Perth perhaps, but if you're overseas and you got put in a thing, because that can happen over anything.
I
I
wouldn't
know.
want to be overseas and
Yeah.
lock up.
One of my friends ended up in a
I just think
Mexican
cockroaches.
jail. He
Yeah,
was in a Mexican prison in Cancun, and he ordered pizzas. He ordered pizzas for him and the staff and all the other. Yeah.
A pizza party.
Yeah.
I'd go on
They had a
that one.
pizza party in a
I'd get
Cancun
locked up
prison.
there. What do you have to do to get in there?
I think it might have been similar to the Sam Kerr situation. I think it was probably drunkenness and abusing
have you
people
ever
in
known
authority.
anyone that's gone in a
Yeah,
lockdown?
well, one of my friends who she is English,
Yes.
and this happened in London. She'd gotten a job at a fancy law firm, and she's tiny. She's
Yeah,
a
okay.
tiny little girl. And so on the first Friday of working at this fancy law firm, they're like, "Oh, we're going out for drinks," and she went, "Okay," and she went along with them. But because she was trying to keep up. And then she got blind drunk, and then they put her in a taxi at the end of the night. And she was telling the taxi driver, this is in London, to drive her to Brighton, and that's 2 hours
Melbourne.
away.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
And
Brighton, sorry.
so that's 2 hours away. And the guy's like, "I'm not driving you to Brighton," and because she couldn't remember her address in London.
Oh, sweetheart.
And so he took her to the police station, and she was locked up for drunkenness, basically, to dry out until she could function enough to be able to tell them where she actually lived or remember where she lived. And she called them. She has a very posh Pommy accent,
Yes.
like very, real plum in the mouth Pommy accent. I can't tell you what she called them but it involved the curly C.
Now that to Sean.
It involved the curly C as an
Yes.
adjective and the word pigs at the end of it. She called them that. And
Yeah,
then
the curly C with a Y on the end and pigs.
That is
Which makes
full
it a little bit
Yes.
fancier.
And she's just a little pocket rocket.
she is a tiny
Yeah.
pocket rocket.
Yeah.
And then she, eventually in the morning they called her, or she called her dad. And when her dad came to pick her up, they said to her, "Look, I'm sure your daughter's a lovely girl, but when she drinks, she has the mouth of a gutter snipe."
Oh my Lord!
We don't need to know what you're in for.
Unless
right?
it's funny.
Unless it's funny. Yeah,
yeah,
'cause we
yeah.
don't want to know your crimes. But we do want to know if you've spent the night in a lockup, whether it be here in Australia or overseas. We'd like to get your review.
Yeah. Did
See
you
if
get
it's
served
something-
pizza?
See if it's something we all want to do.
Yeah,
couple
that's
of
right.
Coronas on offer.
Yes,
exactly.
We'll give somebody something amazing now that they're out.
Yes.
$150 voucher to use at the Sterling Arms.
Nice.
Get some some good food down there, have a great drink, get the squad together and get amongst it.
All right, 13 24 10. We want to know, have you spent a night in the lockup? And can you give us a review of what it was like? Chris has given us a call. Hi, Chris.
Hiya, how are you?
Wonderful, Chris.
Okay, what's your lockup experience?
Well, it wasn't actually me. My partner had been out with his friends and got a bit drunk and ended up in lockup. I got a phone call saying they're going to keep him overnight until he sobers up.
Yes.
The next morning, I got a phone call saying it's okay to come pick him up. I said, it's all right if I speak to him. So they put him on the phone, and I said, I'm on my way to come pick you up now. He goes, we're just about to have lunch. Can you come after lunch?
Can you come up?
What were they having, Chris, that was so important?
What's the catering like?
Well, I think they had like burgers and chips as well as like some salad and Coke.
And he would have been starving because he's hungover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I essentially I became just like a taxi that next morning, and so I had to wait an extra hour and a half for him
To finish lunch.
He wanted to have his lunch.
So, of course, you would have asked the question, was it delicious?
Well, he was very satisfied when he got back in the car. Albeit a bit
And also,
embarrassed, but
it's free, right?
satisfied.
So it's part of the
Yeah, it's free.
part of the deal.
Because when you're in jail, you don't
not
get
paying
you don't
for
get
it.
a bill
No.
afterwards, do you?
Not like an ambulance
No.
service or anything.
Well,
when
no,
this happens,
just like
yeah?
like you've stayed here now it's time to settle up your room.
Yeah. No. I mean, there's no the minibar's pretty lousy. But
Hey, Chris, when you pick up your partner from the lockup, do you give him a stern talking to? Or
yeah,
you just...
like you're their dad.
Yeah.
No, it was more just laughing at them because when I spoke to the police the night before, they told me what he'd done. And essentially, he just kept falling over a curb, and he thought it was a staircase, so he kept falling up.
So he was trying to go down the stairs and couldn't.
He sounds like heaps of fun. I gotta say.
How long have you two been together for now, Chris?
About 10 years.
Yeah.
It's going well.
We want to come drinking with him. He sounds awesome. Thanks,
funny.
Chris. Also in June, love, Tomo. Hello.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good
Tomo.
Tomo.
Have you been in the lockup, mate?
I have. When I was a bit younger, back in just outside of Glasgow, the local circus was in town, and me and a mate, we ended up taking a camel for a bit of a joyride around Glasgow.
Well, as you do.
Tomo, a camel. Okay, so what's the lockup like in Glasgow?
I mean, it wasn't quite the Pan Pacific from what I remember, but it was a cardboard mattress on the floor and a steel toilet that had no privacy. So
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And
Yeah.
did you get a meal? Did you get some food?
I wasn't really in the state to eat anything else.
He had to share it with the camel. So
Camel. Two blokes in a camel. Camel's like, where did I get in here?
that's amazing. Thanks, Tomo.
Let's finish up with Maddie from Southern River. Hey, Maddie.
How you going, guys?
Good, Maddie.
Maddie.
You know what? By the sounds of it, lockup is heaps of fun.
What happened?
What happened?
Oh, the end of it was. The start wasn't too flash. I was back in New Zealand at a wedding, and they had an unlimited milkshake bar, which, me being a dairy lover, I definitely sampled the milkshakes.
Yes. Yes.
And it was a rainy winter's night, so I decided that I wanted to go for a walk in the rain, found a taxi, and he wouldn't let me out, so I wouldn't get out. So the police took me to the
Big
lockup.
difference. There's a big difference,
sorry.
Maddie.
That was an abduction there for
Why
a
did you
second.
want Maddie, why didn't you want to get out? Because it's
You
raining.
just didn't want to walk in the rain.
I didn't want to walk in the rain.
Yeah.
Okay, fair call.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the police decided that I needed to sober up from the milkshakes.
Yes.
They took me to the sober cell. But when I walked in there, so I'm already dripping wet. I'd lost my shoes.
Milk
and
mustache.
the mattress had already been urinated on from the last person.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
No.
So
Where's the
I've got a
class?
few hours sleep on the concrete floor.
Yes.
But when I woke up, one of the officers said, "All right, mate, you can go. Here's 2 sausage rolls and a carton of chocolate milk. See you later."
Oh, there's a, I mean,
Oh,
you
mate,
know,
I was like,
That's
I was
great.
like, oh, can you just pick me up next Saturday? My missus doesn't even give me breakfast, and I'm in bed.
Oh, my God.
oh, Maddie, too funny.
Can I
Thanks,
just
everybody.
say, can
so
I
good.
say, each one of you, Chris, Tomo, and Maddie, that was
Yep.
probably the funniest
Yes.
calls that I've heard all
A
year.
lot of joy. Thank
too.
you. You're all in the running for Nova's first class and 50K if we can let your sort into first class. But anyway,
I don't know,
Matty.
Sean.
Well,
You gotta
Matty, I'm
pick a
going to
winner.
give you a $150 voucher to use at the Sterling Arms. You finished strong just in that
Oh,
last
Matt.
bit.
Yes.
Get the squad together. But Chris and Tomo,
Yeah.
you've got to feel
Solid all
you're
round.
hard done by
You know
today.
what?
Yeah.
Matt's had
Do we have
such
any more
a great,
prizes?
Matt's had such a great lockup experience
I
because,
know.
like, not only
I mean,
did
other
he get the
than that-
sausage roll and all that sort of stuff, it's still getting him.
That's
things.
right.
Yes.
I mean, the mattress was a downer, but everything else, great.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
All right, here we go, everybody. We've got $1,000 cash thanks to our mates at Curtin University on the line. Here you can major in courses there like innovation, science or design.
Absolutely. Matt and George are going to go toe-to-toe this morning. Start with you, Matt. Good morning.
Are you, Matty?
Have you majored in anything before, Matt?
Nothing major.
Nothing
Major.
major.
Yeah,
Oh, that was a joke,
That
Matt.
answered
Well
the
done.
question. Hey, Matty, you're going to have to speak up a little bit more
Yes.
clearly because this is going to be.
Are you
a
on
bit
speakerphone or something?
Yeah.
hard to hear.
No, I just I was on some headphones, so I've taken them off.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
okay.
right,
that
That's
sounds
all
great.
right.
Sounds
all right.
great.
So, Matt, you are in prime position. You get to choose out of the majors, but beforehand, I would like to go to Georgia from Butler. Hi, Georgia.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Hi, Georgia.
Hey, Georgia.
Now, Georgia, you were the second caller, so you get what Matt doesn't want. So, out of the two categories, which are
Oh, Canada.
or viral sensations, which one would you have chosen?
Probably the Canadian one, to be honest.
Oh, Canada.
All right. Well,
Matt's got that
unfortunately for you,
information.
you don't have a choice. Matt, it's now time for you to decide what you want to major in.
Oh, I would like Canada as well.
Okay.
Canada.
Oh, people aren't savvy on the internet.
I know.
Yes,
Hey, here's
yeah.
how it's going to work. We're going to ask the question. Matt, if you can get it right, you score 1 point. If you get it wrong, we'll let Georgia have a crack at it. And if she gets it right, she will score 2 points. Now, here's the thing. We're only going to say the question once, okay? So you need to be listening very closely,
Yesterday
Georgia.
we had a rampant.
Yes.
Oh, can you repeat the question?
Yes, we're
Situation.
not going to.
We cannot stand for that.
Okay. Matt, who is majoring in O Canada, your first question is, what sort of leaf is depicted on the Canadian flag?
Maple leaf.
Correct. That was an easy one to get you going.
Oh, so easy.
Yep, Matt's on the board.
Question number 2. There are 2 official languages of Canada. One is English. What is the other one?
French.
Correct.
Merci
Matt.
beaucoup.
Well done.
You lived in Canada, Matt?
No.
No,
Okay.
no.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, no need to attack me. All right, here we go. The biggest city in Canada is Toronto. What is the second biggest?
Oh,
Quick. Time's up.
yeah, I don't know.
We go to Georgia. What's your answer?
Montreal.
Georgia has
Georgia.
picked
Montreal,
up 2
Canada.
points.
Wait, what has that done to the score?
It's tied it up at 2-2.
This
Yeah, that
is
was
the
a good
crazy
gag.
thing about
Oh,
majors,
I
guys.
know.
This is the crazy thing.
Exactly.
It's
All right.
wacky, man.
We go to question 4 of Matt's set. Okay, question 4. The only Canadian NBA team is the Toronto what?
Just me again?
Yes, it is,
Raptors.
Matt. Oh, it is Raptors.
Oh,
Yes, well
Certainly
done.
is, yeah. Made some big trades in the off-season.
3-2.
Last question. Noted Canadian actor Ryan Reynolds is now married to Blake Lively, but which famous actress was his first wife?
Pass.
Pass.
Pass. I love
Go
that.
pass.
Okay, Georgia, you can steal 2 points here if you can get it right.
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, you are correct. Well done.
And well played.
Okay, so score check. 4 to Georgia, 3 to Matt.
Okay.
Matt, you need a couple of 2-pointers here.
Okay, so
Georgia.
Georgia, this is your set of
Welcome
questions.
to your major, which
Thanks.
is viral sensations.
Yeah, herpes and stuff.
It's actually the one that I wanted. I tried a bit of reverse psychology.
Oh,
Got him in your
sneaky.
face, Matt.
Oh, well, we'll see if it was a good decision or
Matt,
not.
you are George's puppet. Right, here we go. In Kim Kardashian's 2014 Break the Internet paper magazine cover photo, she was wearing an elegant black gown with what famously resting on her bum?
A champagne glass.
Georgia knows.
Correct.
Georgia knows. Okay. Question 2, Georgia. Made viral by 3 guys from Adelaide in 2009, what was the term for the global internet phenomenon where people were laying in face-down position in an unusual location?
Planking.
Yes, it was Georgia.
Oh, she's on fire,
She's on
mate.
fire.
Next question. Starting with F, name the dance that went viral in 2016 where a person repeatedly swings their arms with clenched fists from the back of their body to the front on each side.
The floss.
She's unstoppable.
She's unstoppable.
What's the score, Chick?
Georgia has 7. Matt has 3.
Oh, wow.
Next
Jeez,
question.
Matt.
He needs this one.
Uploaded to YouTube in 2009, the JK wedding dance sparked a craze of brides, grooms and wedding parties dancing down the aisle to the song Forever by which music artist?
Chris Brown.
Oh. You just put it there for her, Nat.
I
You
think
don't
what we
run.
have is an unassailable lead.
I think we have an unassailable lead.
Yes.
We're done.
Yep, we're done. Georgia, you are the winner. You've scored yourself $1,000 cash thanks to Curtin University. Well played.
Oh, amazing. Thank
I
you.
know.
No, you're amazing, Georgia.
8-3, you took it
You're
out. Well
amazing. You're the
played.
king of the kings this week, for sure.
And can I say, the first contestant that has used reverse
Yes.
psychology.
Psyched him out.
Mate, that's the way to play this
Sneaky
game, and that's the way
as.
to listen to this show.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Jimmy Rees, well, he's on his Let's Get regional tour, hitting up Albany and Bunbury next weekend.
Yeah.
But today he's joining us to talk about Singapore. Hello, Jimmy
Jimmy!
Rees.
G'day, guys.
How
How are you?
random.
Good. We can all
I know.
share our experiences of Singapore,
Yes,
actually.
we've all been.
Oh, this is one out of the airport.
Oh, your
Oh, you
line
just-
is
you
so dodgy. You're not doing Singapore any favours right now.
you're
It's
breaking up.
cutting out. It's cutting out. Singapore's closing its doors as we speak.
No, that's right.
Hey, that concrete line everyone goes down to, right?
The Merline.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Merlion.
the Merlot.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
yeah,
good. And
yeah.
I was surprised. You know, they guys were telling me, they're like, no, it's fine. Everyone gets a photo of them, you know, standing there on the wrong angle, drinking the water out of the Merlot.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so great. It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa when you watch someone and they're not in the right angle. It's like a bunch of people looking up, holding up nothing. So that's
Your phone is
Yeah,
just
you-
going in and out.
Yeah,
you are
okay.
saying. So
Yes.
while you're trying to work that out, we'll tell you why I particularly that I love Singapore, but that line doesn't impress me at all. I would not go down there to see it. But the reason why we went down there to see it is because it got struck by lightning.
I saw it
Yes.
happen.
We were on the flyer.
And a tropical thunderstorm
Yep.
went through. The thing is, we had a TV crew with us.
Yes.
And then, but they didn't have their cameras on.
Yeah.
And I said, the Merline just got
Yeah.
hit by lightning. And
Yeah.
nobody believed me. And it did. It
And
went
did-
in through its ear and blew out its
Its
foot.
arse.
Yes.
No?
It's foot. So we went down there. We went and saw the Merlion when it was the most interesting it's ever been.
Yes.
am I back? Is this going
Yeah,
You're
that's
back.
good,
You're
Jimmy.
back now,
Give,
you're
give
back.
us your greatest
this is
experience of the
great.
Merlion.
Yeah, so good. I was washing my hair down there. The Singapore Tourism Board contacted me. It was like, you want to come to Singapore? We'll show you around. I was like, absolutely, yes.
Yeah, I mean, no brainer,
Which was
really.
awesome.
Yeah.
Which is so good. Absolute no-brainer. Yeah. And I'd only been to the airport before, so it was great getting around there. They've got a campaign going called Find Yourself in Singapore, which was testing out Aussies' knowledge of Singapore. Do they know some of these places? There was a little clues given, and if you guess where I was or where these little figurines were, and there's still a few posts coming up. Check it on my Instagram.
Yeah.
That you could win a trip there. So it was such a great. The food there, I don't know what you guys. The food
Loved
there is
it.
absolutely
Yes.
incredible.
Yes.
Cheap as chips too.
Cheap as
Don't
chips.
have the
Cheap as
chili
chips.
crab at market price.
You
Absolutely
need
went
to
there
go to
time
the
and time,
hawker stalls, like Lau Passat hawker store.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Sean Jimmy didn't ask what the price for the catch
market
of the day
price.
was, basically.
No,
And
the
Well, it had
chili-
number
Singapore
I
chili
think it had
crab.
24 next to it. So, but that was the. I found out later
Anyway,
that was the item
Tell
number.
Jimmy how much you paid in Australia.
It was over $300 for the chili crab.
$360 he paid for that dish.
Are you kidding me?
No.
How do you reckon that
When
went
I'm-
down with the missus when I got home?
Yeah, not great. Where next door you can get it for $10.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing.
But one thing I did notice when I was in Singapore, right, because some people they've got the impression that it's too expensive, but to me it's sort of
Yes.
comparative to here.
Alcohol is expensive,
Yes.
but everything else
But
is
even
pretty
someone was saying to me
comparable.
about how the restaurants over there are inexpensive, and I went, well, I mean, do what we do. Whenever we go, when we go to Singapore, we go straight. you just follow the locals.
Yeah.
And usually it's underneath the
basements of the
buildings, the
shopping
basements of the
centres.
shopping centres. And that's where it's cheap as chips. It's where I found my favourite place in Singapore to eat, Jimmy, is called the Soup Spoon, which was just this random place which had just soups of the world, and you could pair it with a salad or a sandwich. And to me, it was just
That's living.
yeah. But everyone, when you travel, it's really great discovering little things that you
What's
know.
your favourite little hidden secret about Singapore, Jimmy?
Oh, well, I think it was exploring those hawker markets. I couldn't believe the amount of options there were. And
Yeah.
for $3.90, you could get like one of there's like a Michelin star hat, whatever the star hats, whatever they are, in these little hawker centres.
Yeah.
There's like, you see that stall, that unassuming stall that looks like every other stall. That's got a Michelin star. And you're like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Like, this
it's
is
amazing,
unbelievable.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's absolutely a delight. We got down there to Sentosa Island as well, which is like a fun park for like everyone. And I heard there, locals told me there, the crew that when we were shooting over there, that there's the hyperdrive, this like electric go-karting place, so you can go 50 kilometres an hour, like around. It's a cool place. But when the Formula One was there, on the top of the leaderboard is Charles Leclerc. The CL's up there. So if you go
He drove
there,
for
just
Ferrari,
go there
everyone.
to try and beat him. Yeah.
So
I feel like they should be marketing that more. It's like, get over here and beat a Formula One
beat Charles
driver.
Leclerc. Yeah, amazing.
One thing I didn't like when we were leaving Singapore, just for everyone to note, the bus drivers don't put your bags on the bus for you.
No,
And
Sean, you were used to a life where everybody did everything for you. Everybody else managed to get their bag on the bus, Sean.
Jeez,
We were
funny.
halfway to the airport and Sean taps me on the shoulder and said, "Did you put your bag on the bus?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah." And he went, "Oh, I didn't." It was left in the middle of the lobby like a
So, I
bomb,
mean,
essentially.
Just areas of improvement, I'm just saying, Jimmy. You can give that to them.
Some feedback.
Jimmy, when you're being wooed by the Tourism Board of Singapore and they want you to come around and speak to the fellow Australians and tell them how good it is, how do they look after you when you're over there? Was the hotel room amazing? Were you just being chauffeured everywhere? What was it like?
Yeah. Oh, look, yeah, there's a bit of that. We had a couple of things to shoot, and it was pretty busy, to be honest. So, but yeah, I stayed in a lovely hotel. They pointed me in the right direction. We had dinner with the crew and guys there, and it was really fantastic. Yeah, so I was in for a treat. We got it's kind of like access all areas when we walk into somewhere. They're just like, oh, can we get this? We're doing this.
No
So,
way.
yeah, which was really great.
That's cool.
So, it was awesome. Bit of behind the scenes, stuff as well, which is very nice. So yeah, they were lovely.
I've never
Super
done.
lovely.
I've never done that thing where that thing ends near the flyer where people are dunking their feet in and the fish are eating the skin off their feet.
Oh.
Did you do that?
No, I didn't do that. But I just feel sorry for the fish, right?
Yeah.
It would be, and you guys are warm over there in Perth. Imagine just going straight off the plane. You've had your aeroplane socks on, Singapore Airlines. You get off there, and the fish will be like, "No, thanks."
No, thank you. I've done it in Cambodia, and it tickles. It does
Yeah, it does
tickle.
tickle.
You get used to it after a while, but it's
It looks like
weird
it
feeling.
takes too much time. All
I
those
don't
little fish.
think it makes any difference to your
I
feet.
just want one big, like
A piranha.
Just one big gummy shark or something, or a dolphin. Just go.
One.
Sucking
Get it
on your
out.
toes.
Just suck one of your feet at one time and just get it done.
Oh, new skin. Lovely. I'm good to go.
Hey, how's everything going with you, by the way? You good?
Yeah, how was the regional tour?
Everything's all good. Regional tour's going awesome. Got Bunbury and Albany in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we know.
Looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome. Never been to those places before. Should I?
Yeah.
they're rocking
Yes.
us.
Oh, yeah.
No. Go.
No, Bunbury, go to the Bunbury Farmers Market.
Yeah,
that is amazing.
that's the main
And
attraction.
It's basically it's a market where you get like all like
Your
amazing
food.
produce, but like it's literally a tourist attraction.
Yes.
Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, well, I'm heading there. Things
And
are going
Albany's
great.
beautiful.
The response has been awesome. So, look, compared to the big city, shows, they're a bit more wild. There's a lot of there's a lot of audience interaction. I ask the audience for suggestions. We talk about different things. The guy decides there and whatever. We do this sort of stuff. But, the regional ones are just like, let's just try and mess this up for him.
Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, no, the crowd'd be awesome.
That's that guy that talks about city stuff.
Get him! Let's get him.
Look at him with his wanker coffee. Yeah. All right. Well, we love your work. We can check out your Instagram for more Singapore joys. And if you're in Albany or Bunbury, not this weekend, next weekend, you can check out Jimmy's fine work. Thanks for talking to us,
Fantastic.
Jimmy.
Woohoo. Thanks for having me, guys.
See you, Jimmy.
Bye, Mr. Rees.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.